the arid and semi-arid Mediterranean zones, including Morocco and Tunisia. He coordinates for Politecnico di Torino the African Innovation Leaders Project, launched during the G7 in Taormina. In 2006, he has coordinated several research projects in the field of bioenergy, hydrogen, and fuel cell technologies. He is the author of more than 70 papers in international journals. Ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome Professor Leon Osinibade.
Good morning to everybody. Unfortunately, the keynote presentation was too long, so sorry for bothering you for this. So I wish to thank you, first of all, for inviting me to this conference. I wish to thank you, Professor Hilda Gershon, for organizing this event, and all the Covenant University for supporting this event and inviting me. Yeah, sure. Yeah. So really, thanks again, and I hope that this conference will be nice, and I hope to humbly contribute with this keynote address to the discussion that you will have in the next days. Okay. I have a presentation, so I will start with the presentation, but first I want to start with a few words. We all know, as Professor Gershon was telling before, that energy is really the lifeblood of our society, supporting the prosperity of communities. But also we know that the way in which we use energy is bringing a lot of detrimental effects at different level, environmental level, but also social level for inequality, for instance, and some and it is also bringing some tension at the geopolitical level. It is interesting how the perception about the energy challenges has changed in the course of years. And the first publications about sustainability date in the 50s, so around 70 years ago. For the first time, thinkers understood that something was wrong in the way we were proceeding with our development. But since then, we had to wait really many years before institutions really understood the gravity of this problem. And this has been progressive. Think about the establishment of the International Energy Agency in 1974. This institution born because of lack of resources, because actually wealthy countries were scared about the possibility that the supply from fossil resources from Arab countries could have a stop and then make a problem in the economic development. So at that time the problem was only depletion of resources, scarcity of resources. It was 1974. We had to wait 25 years in 2000 to have another international institutions, this is the Intergovernmental Panel for Climate Change, that was established by the United Nations, recognized that the problem of climate change was urgent to be faced by the international community. So, from resources to environmental issues until the Agenda 2030 for Sustainable Development in 2015, where also the social, let's say, dimension of the energy challenge emerged. As was cited before, as the duty to provide the universal energy access to all. So, I mean, this time was quite long, you know. We really passed the 50 years from the first the first institutional attempt to face the energy challenge, and this problem has become very complex. And I think conferences like this one are really a way to face this kind of challenges. Professor Gershon was mentioning that the different clusters, research clusters, are organizing together this conference that is about energy. But as we saw, energy has really many dimensions that involve the technological aspect, the political aspect, the economic aspect, and the social aspect. Having said so, I have some slides that I want to share with you. As first, I want to talk a bit about my institution. I will try to be very short so you can understand what is my background, what is the background of my institution, and knowing better between each other is also a way to hopefully to collaborate in the future. So my institution is Politecnico di Torino. Torino is a city in the in the northwest part of Italy, so near the border with France and with Switzerland. It is an historical city, but it is a city with an industrial vocation. For instance, Torino is the city of Fiat Chrysler Automobile. Is the city where General Motors has its European Research Center in powertrain. It is also a city very famous for food industry. Many food companies born in this region and then developed worldwide. For instance, one is Ferrero. It's about chocolate production and other stuff. So it's an industrial city, and of course, my institution, Politecnico di Torino, has contributed a lot in giving this characteristic, this feature to this city. So it is the oldest university in Italy. It was born in 1859, so a few years ago we celebrated the first 150 years. And it is oldest than Italy itself, because the unification of Italy is dated 1861. Okay, so So the university born at first as a military university, and then over the time it changed, of course, as just to until today. So the main campus is in the Piedmont region, but we have also some international campus. One campus is in Uzbekistan and another one is in China. We have those campuses in these areas because we are supporting automotive industries in developing markets in Asia, in Central Asia, and in the Far East. So basically, we support the training of engineers that will work on those companies in the automotive field. We are a technical university, so Politecnico in Europe and in Italy, it means a university where only technical subjects are taught. So it is basically engineering and architecture. Concerning engineering, we have industrial engineering, ICT engineering, and we have architecture, and then we have management. So these are the areas that, where we work. The organization of those areas are in 11 departments. I want now to give you some number so that you can appreciate the size of the university. We are around 900 permanent, 900 faculties, including full professors, until researchers. There are around 1,000 PhD students. So the research is done by 2,000 people, around 2,000 people. And there are 1,000 people that are supporting the administration. The students, we have around, we have 33,500 students. This was this last year. And the number of students that are enrolled each year is quite high. We have more than 5,000. And we are lucky because they are increasing. They are increasing over the years. Okay, here there are some numbers. Of course, we take care about the international reputation. Here there are some data. We are in a good position concerning engineering. In a good position concerning. I mean, the field of engineering and technology. But we are very proud to be first in the world for graduate employability ranking. So we are really happy that our students, after studying a very hard subject, finally, after 1 year of graduation, they can take a position. This is very important, and we are proud of this. Thank you. So concerning the research, I think this is similar to what I heard this morning. Also, we have some clusters of research. This cluster of research actually are focusing on the key technologies, emerging technologies that we are, have been introducing in our society in the last year. And as you can see here, energy deserves a very special role, having an interdepartmental center, that is a cluster where we try to collect all the competencies that are very different in this field all together. So let me spend a few words about this initiative. This is called energy